say thank you so much for coming on this with me. The energy of expand your being, I've just been saying to Jim, expand your being. This energy, I truly can tell you, I think this is probably one of the best things I've done, is commit to doing this every day. I don't know if any of you are noticing what a contribution it is to practice this and expand your being and really work on it. Have any of you noticed anything that is happening for you?
Oh, definitely. I'm able to access more of me and what's going on. It's been lots of awarenesses since we started this.
Me too. Me too. And really, it is really about choosing to be the greatness of you.
I really sense a calm. Like I've sensed a calm that I've had. Yeah. That just feels really solid.
Welcome.
Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah. So what did you say again, Gaynor? Because there was a little bit of talking in the background.
I just said that I've just felt a real stillness, a real grounded stillness.
Yeah.
And trust.
Very cool. And what if we could have more of that too? Because what if that's just the beginning? So I've got some really wonderful awarenesses to share with you this morning, but we're going to expand our being first. So and let's really be with this and ask for this to be even more phenomenal than you have ever expanded your being before. And ask your awareness and your being, the being of who you are, to expand into the room that you're in, out past your body. So the first thing to recognize is that our being is much bigger than our body. If we keep our being the same size as our body, we're going to be contracted and tiny, and all we're going to do is create something little. We're not going to create greatness. So we need to practice expanding our being. And nobody ever told me this when I was a kid. They didn't even tell me that your thoughts even weren't true. I didn't even recognize that there was a difference between the body and the being. I had no idea.
No one did. It was a different time. No one talked about it at all.
No. And it was only since I started doing Access that I started to recognize it. And when I've just been thinking about my sister. So take your being and your awareness right out, keep on going and expanding it. And I realized that my sister, because I was talking to Suze about this, I think, the other day when we were swapping facelifts. And I said, Jill actually is just looking for the body. When she's looking for a man to have a relationship with, the first thing she's looking at, is this the body that I want? And I've been it's been mulling over in my head, and I've been wondering, so actually I don't even think she recognizes that the person has a being as well. And I've been wondering about the conversation of, do you know that there's actually what I might say to her is, when you die, what will happen? Do you know that you're not just a body? I remember having this conversation with my dad when he was dying. He was then open to listening to stuff like that. And I said to him, Dad, do you know that when you die, you as the being, you're a being and not just a body? And you will live on. Of course, we all know that. But lots of people don't seem to know it. And so I just thought I might have that conversation with my sister, see if that is really what is sticking her, because something is definitely sticking her in regards to having the awareness that there's something greater than just a body. So everything this is bringing up for anybody, would you like to destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yes.
Right, big, bad, pop, all nine shorts, boys and the arms.
Yes.
So keep expanding your being right out past the planet that we live on, right out into the universe and past all universes, beyond any universes you ever thought were there or didn't know were there, and push down your barriers and your walls. So this is something to work on all day, is just keep on pushing down those walls and barriers. They're just energies that we have created for whatever reason, probably stupid, silly. So keep on expanding. Now start pulling energies from all the energies around you, or even the ones you don't even know around you. Let's connect to all the molecules in the universe. Now, one of my new ask is to ask for phenomenance in everything. So I'm going to ask you to be phenomenally amazing, a phenomenance in pulling energies and connecting energies. Would you choose, please, to be phenomenance in expanding your being and in pulling energies? Would you choose now to be phenomenance of gratitude? Would you choose that, please? And ask for those energies of gratitude to fill your whole body and your whole being and your universe and everything around you. And let's ask for phenomenance in everything we do. And let's ask for more phenomenance. So I had the awareness probably this morning that I found this bit where Gary talks about the phenomenance of money. I actually think I did his class, Phenomenance of Money. And I'm going to find it and bring up some processes for you guys because they're all so wonderful. And he talks about, what do you want to create in the world? And using money to create beyond this reality. And so here's the process. And you're very welcome to get this book, which you may not, it may be too advanced for you right now, because I know when I actually went to this is a 7-day class intensive that Gary did up at the mountain that Jim and I were both at, and then he transcribed it and it's in this book. So if you ever want to get it, you can get it. You've got the class in a book for about $50. It cost us about $5,000 or something. But when you read it again, and then you read it again, you just get stuff. And so what have you made so vital about never possessing the phenomenance of money do you use to keep you from creating beyond this reality? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Yes. Right, wrong, good, bad, podbook, all 9 shorts being on. So I'm going to run that process a couple more times. And then we're going to talk about what it means, because it's a different way of looking at money. Because you know how Gary talks about when you're happy, money comes to you. And it's not about doing things that are going to bring you money, because if you look at everything that you do, if you did it for the money, it pushes the money away. But if you do it for the joy that it brings you and the happiness that you receive and the reward that it is to you and how rewarding it is, the money just follows. Money comes, and that's the phenomenance of money. So what have you made so vital about never possessing the phenomenance of money do you use to keep you from creating beyond this reality? And everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and create it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, purple, nine, short, splitting yarns. And I've been getting so much awareness from the Simply Music guy, the Simply Music man.
Neil Moore. Did you see his name is Moore? Chrissie.
Oh, I never picked that up, but you're
We've been asking for more, and there he is.
Oh my God, I love it. How does it get it? And what a beautiful...
Shows up how you think.
Never shows up how you think. I've been asking for more and Neil Moore shows up.
Isn't he phenomenal? I love him. Mm.
Have you been listening to him too? And he's got such a different philosophy, and he is doing his program to get music to be a companion. His target, his goal with his students, and that will be my target now too, because I love it, is to give them the ability to have music as a companion for the rest of their lives.
Awesome.
Oh.
Not to be a concert pianist. I mean, some of them may go on to be concert pianists because they can learn. What I'm seeing with his material is that it's going to be a joy to teach it. But he hasn't done that for the money. It just was something that occurred to him with his own awareness with playing the piano. And then he started to he was actually asked to teach a blind boy to play the piano, and that's when he used his knowledge about the patterns and how you can use patterns to learn piano. So everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, purple, and shorts, beyond. So would you be willing to give up everything that you're doing for the money? Even being a teacher, would you give up doing it for the money? Promise?
Yep.
Swear to God.
Mm.
Right, wrong, good, bad, podpoc, all nine, shorts with me on. So what if you could do it for the fun, which I know you are as well? Same for you, Gaynor.
I know, there was resistance.
Yes. And do you know what? This will really expand your money flows greater than what you know. So everything that's bringing up for everybody would be destroy and uncreate it, please.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, proper, and shorts for neons. So what have you made so vital about never possessing the phenomenance of money do you use to keep you from creating beyond this reality? And everything that is times godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Yeah. Right, wrong, good, bad, purple, and shorts for neons. So you know how Gary talks about when you're happy, money comes along for the ride. Hello, Heather. Welcome. Nice to see you. So, you know, the thing is, it's almost like giving up having money as your target. It's like you can still choose to have money. It's not about not choosing it, by the way. And this is one of the ways, this is one of the awarenesses that you require for money to start to come and be in your life with you. And I've been actually asking, what would it take to have a regular income? Because my income is a bit like that, up, down. And now, what if we could have regular revenue streams? Would you like to ask that? So you can if you want. Everything that doesn't allow that, would you destroy and uncreate it, please? Wrong, good, bad, popcorn and shorts, meons. And also for your income streams to be increasing all the time, exponentially. Ask for that. We need to ask, or it's not going to show up. What would it take for my income streams to be increasing exponentially all the time? Now, one of the things Gary says about the phenomenance of money, what does he say? He says, would you practice? Would you like to practice today to be phenomenance of money today. Where did he say that? Ooh, okay. So one of the things he talks about is practicing, or if you want to, you can play with it. So I started to say to myself, okay, so I'm choosing to practice being the phenomenance of money today, right now. And you don't even have to know what that means. And you will get awarenesses around it. But maybe choose that for the next 2 or 3 days. Would you like to practice choosing to be the phenomenance of money?
Yeah.
Be the phenomenance with money. Yes, that's exactly right, Gaynor. I keep spending it on clothes and shoes. Yeah. And that doesn't allow it to grow and grow. And the awareness that I've had from spending money too is actually one of the things that Gary says, if you would use your money to create greater possibilities, that will put you stop spending money and you'll start using your money. And everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pockle, and shorts, when yawns. And that's where he talks about using your money to change people's realities.
Mm.
And what does that mean? Using your money to change people's realities. It's about using your money like generosity of spirit with money. So everywhere you have blocked your generosity of spirit, thinking that it means that you've got to give your money away, would you destroy and uncreate that, please?
Mm-hmm.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all known, short, spoon, yawns. It's not about giving your money away, but generosity of spirit is being happy for people. Like, one of the things that Gary has talked about is that if you won $1 million in the lottery, how many people would be absolutely thrilled for you that you won that money? Not many. A lot of them would probably go, oh, where's mine? Or, gosh, I didn't win it. Or, how can I win it? Or,
how much are you going to give me?
How much are you going to give me? So everything that brings up times a godzillion would destroy and create it, please. Right, wrong, good, bad, popular, and shorts, and yawns. So what if we could be one of the people that was really thrilled when someone else had something great happen for them? What if we could be one of those people that's generosity of spirit? Because the thing is that most people, how many people could you tell that would be thrilled for you? Not very many. So everything that is times a godzillion would have destroyed and uncreate it, please.
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pockle, and shorts, millions. And everywhere we're using that as an excuse not to win the lotto, would you destroy and uncreate? Oh, there's lots of energy on that. Would you destroy and uncreate that? Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, pockle, and shorts, boys, and millions. So the phenomenance of money, would you guys like, so I started to choose this phenomenance of money, and then I recognized that I actually am choosing to have phenomenance with everything. So I started to go, wait, what would it take for me to have phenomenance with cooking food? What would it take for me to have a phenomenance with dressing or with my house? I just started to notice straight away how much more particular I became around my housework and everything that is times right, wrong, good, bad, broken, short, meal, and phenomenons with dressing or phenomenons with clothes. And one of the things I started to remember is when I went to my very first 7-day intensive with Gary Douglas in Arizona. It was in Arizona and it was up the mountains called Catalina Mountains on a ranch. There was another girl from New Zealand who was there, and she and I were very excited because Gary started to ask this question, what are the infinite possibilities? It was the first time I'd heard it, and I think it's when he came up with it. And the what are the infinite possibilities is a question. You'll probably see it on any of those little flyers that you've got, the one that's got the questions on, what are the infinite possibilities of? She and I got together and we took our little notebooks and we brainstormed asking what are the infinite possibilities questions. And you can do this too. What are the infinite possibilities of travel? I remember asking that. What are the infinite possibilities of money? What are the character in the book I'm reading is called Catalina. That's why you're here. What are the infinite possibilities of relationships? What are the infinite possibilities of blah, 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 food, anything? You can brainstorm it. But also now you can add to it, what are the infinite possibilities of phenomenance with travel? And the other place that I'm going to with it is choosing. I'm choosing to be phenomenance with everything I do. I'm choosing to look at things and go, oh, I'm going to choose phenomenance with that. I'm choosing to be phenomenance with Jim. And actually, this brings up another thing that I became aware of, because I've been asking this question, how can I help Jim make more money? Which I got out of something that I was listening to with Gary. And you could ask that too with your partners. How can I help them make more money? And then yesterday I went and put his trees, his koi trees, on the Facebook, and we sold. We've got to stop selling them because we don't have enough koi trees. And it was exciting, and he was excited. It was exciting for us to sell those koi trees. And now what else is possible? Notice that I'm going to that place of asking another question rather than coming to the conclusion, oh, that's exciting, which is a conclusion. So whenever you hear yourself saying that's exciting, go, and what else is possible? Or what are the infinite possibilities of more? Or how does it get any better than this? I'll have more, please, universe. And I'm just recognizing all the places where I forget to ask those questions myself. So everywhere we forget to ask, how does it get better than this? Would you destroy and uncreate that, please?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all known, short, split, and yawns. So I'm just going to run a process on this for me, and it might not work on you, but it could do if you want it. So what jails are using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of never saying, how does it get any better than this when things are good? And everything that is times good, silly, would you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, and short, spoils, and yawns. What jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of never saying, how does it get any better than this when things are good and when things go stinky poo? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all known, short, split, and yawns. So what if we could choose to be the phenomenons of asking, how does it get any better than this? And what else is possible? Let's choose to be the phenomenons of asking questions. Does anybody want to take that challenge up? Not a challenge, but a target. Let's have it as a target, shall we? Because a challenge means it's hard. Then you've got to overcome all the obstacles. So let's destroy and uncreate any obstacles or any challenges that might come up from asking questions. Right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pock, all known, short, split, and yawns. So you could add what are the infinite possibilities to that as well. So what jails are you using to create the dominance of E equals MC squared for the creation of never saying, how does it get any better than this when things are great? And never saying, how does it get any better than this when things are not going so well? And never asking for more, are you choosing? And everything that is times a godzillion would have destroyed and created, please.
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pop, buckle, and shorts, boom, yawns. So do you guys want that phenomenance question again?
Yep. Yeah.
The phenomenance. What have you made so vital about never possessing the phenomenance of money do you use to keep you from creating beyond this reality? And everything that is times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, pop, buckle, and shorts, boom, yawns. Do you know what Gary means by creating beyond this reality? Does anyone have any idea what that is? So let's destroy and uncreate all of that times a godzillion, right, wrong, good, bad, pod, buckle, and shorts, with yawns. You know that we are not your normal, average, real kind of person, right? Did you know that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And did you know that you actually have already got, even before you do Access, you all or use the Access tools, you've already been different to everybody else. You know that, right? And everything that doesn't allow you to receive, perceive, know, be, and receive that, would you destroy and uncreate that, please?
Yes.
Right, wrong, good, bad, pod, buckle, and shorts, and yawns. So one of the things that, like, let me just give you an example, is I remember years and years ago, I used to work in the Telegraph, the Daily Telegraph, and I was working on a computer typing in the little classified ads. And everybody, their program or whatever it was really quite complicated, and you had to do this and then you had to do that. And everybody in my little department used to bash their computers and get angry at the computers. And I always used to say, oh, let's be grateful for our, and I used to say, oh, you're such a beautiful computer. I probably said it in my head. I don't think I said it out loud. I know they thought I was weird because I never used to get angry with my computer while they did. And I know now, right, looking at that, that's one of the, that's an awareness you have. How many of you have had awarenesses like that? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Anybody? Do you have an example of that, Suze?
I knew you were going to ask that. Off the top of my head, no, but yeah.
Okay, so allow for them to come into you. Has anybody else got anything that they've noticed?
Well, I know that 20 years ago, 22 years ago, probably 23 years ago, I started doing Reiki, you know, and that to be a young person attracted to that kind of energy and...
Yes, energy
yeah.
was different.
Yeah, just looking back now, I can see I've always been different.
Yep, you always have. And I actually, that just brings up for me how when I was married and living in the country, there was some nurses that brought somebody to Wairoa, which was, you know, the closest town, to teach about auras and energy fields. And I went into this workshop and was just blown away with how much you could feel the energy of an aura. And that was the beginning of my journey with energy. And at that time, I had no idea, but it just made sense to me. And that really is because we are different. And I'd love for you to acknowledge that you are different if you want to. Because if you acknowledge it, then you can have more of it.
Look at the phenomenance of Karyn's aura today.
Yeah.
You go.
Well, you know, expand your being, you know, expanding out.
Say that again, Karyn, please.
Expanding your being.
Yes.
Yeah.
Phenomenance of that. Would you like to choose to have the phenomenance of expanding your being and be it? And would you like to acknowledge to yourselves, just acknowledge, you know what, I have always been different. Now, what would it take for me to have the phenomenance of my being? And choose this if you want to, but this is what I'm playing with, is to have the phenomenance of being everything that I want to do. Everything I do, I'm choosing to have phenomenance and be the phenomenance. So what have you made so vital about never possessing the phenomenance of money do you use to keep you from creating beyond this reality? And everything that is times a godzillion will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, podbook, all no, short, spin, yawns. And what if you could choose to be the phenomenance of consciousness? And everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, podbook, all no, short, spin, yawns. And the other thing too is that I've been looking at this morning was the phenomenance of being committed to my life. What if you could choose to have the phenomenance of being committed to your life, and everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please? Right, wrong, good, bad, podbook, all known, short, spin, yawns. That's one of the awarenesses I've been getting from listening to Neil Moore, is that he chooses, he has a point of view, or he has a philosophy that he imparts with his students, is that this is not a short-term thing. This is a long-term partnership with music, relationship with music. What if we could choose to have that long-term relationship with ourselves and being committed to our lives? And one of the ways that Gary talks about it is never give in, never give up, never quit. And then Neil's got this a lovely way of explaining it to his students, is that a long-term relationship goes like this, and it has its ups and its downs, and it has its ups and its downs. And he wants to make students aware of the ups and downs of a long-term relationship, so they can recognize when they get up one morning, they say, I don't want to do piano anymore. I've had enough, or I don't want to do it. And then what he says happens in this reality, he doesn't know it's this reality, is that people will say to him, or the parents will say, oh, well, he's just not talented enough with music. Or the teacher will use it as an excuse, or, oh, well, they're just not talented. And he has worked out this way of explaining to students before they even start to be committed. He doesn't say it like that, but I know it's about a commitment to a long-term relationship with music, with the piano, and then recognizing that, like in a long-term relationship, yes, there's going to be times when you feel like leaving the relationship. And there's going to be times when, you know, you're excited, oh, it's really going well, and you're learning so many pieces. And then there's a place where you go, you wake up in the morning, oh, well, I've had enough now, Mum, I don't want to do anymore. And as the target is to help students to go past that, so that each time those little dips get less and less. So everything that's bringing up for you, times a godzillion, would you destroy and create it, please?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, podbook, on and shorts, beyonds. And I was aware that what if you could be committed to your long-term relationship of being committed to you, and everything that doesn't allow that, will you destroy and uncreate it, please?
Yeah.
Right, wrong, good, bad, podbook, on and shorts, beyonds. Has anybody got any questions they want to ask me about that or anything else? We've fried your brains.
Yeah, I think you have.
Cool. So, would you like to have phenomenance? Here's my ask of you. Would you like to have phenomenance with having interesting point of view today? Do you want to have that?
Yes.
Shall we have that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, there we go. So we fried your brains. And I thank you, everybody, for coming on here this morning. And we'll love to see you again on next Saturday.
I'll see you tomorrow for my coffees.
Coffees, exactly, Gaynor. How wonderful.
Yeah.
Go and choose them for you right now.
Oh.
I just say to Christina that I can't send it to you because